Welcome to News Analysis. Today on 9th of August, central government has transferred amount of rupees 17,100 crore to about 8.5 crore farmers under the scheme of Agriculture Infrastructure Fund, which was approved by the cabinet on 8th of July last month. So under this video we'll be knowing about who are those beneficiaries, who will give the loans, at what rate, where does the role of the government comes in, uh, which projects would be covered, and which states are being allocated how much amount of money. So starting with the rationality why this has been uh, there. Uh, 58% of the population is in agriculture, with about 85% of them as small farmers having less than 2 hectares of land. The connectivity for these farmers to the market is a rather a cumbersome process due to limited infrastructure. Last year, in financial year 17, investment of about rupees 2.1 lakh crore was there, about in which 83% was from the private sector. Objective of this scheme is to cover all the stakeholders of the agriculture, like farmers, which would include FPOs, PACs, and then marketing cooperative society, multi-purpose cooperative society, government, agricultural entrepreneurs and startups, banking ecosystem, and consumers. This will be implemented in 4 terms, starting with the first term. First year, 10,000 rupees will be allocated, but we have seen today that 17,000 rupees has been allocated instead of this 10,000. 30,000 is to be uh, released for the next 3 years, and the total year duration it will cover of about 10 years from 21 to 30. Government budgetary support in terms of interest subvention cost of about 3% will be there for the loans up to 2 crores for the term of 7 years. If the loan exceeds 2 crore, the amount exceeded will be borne by the totally borne by the whoever has got the loan. Under credit guarantee scheme, credit guarantee fund trust for micro and small enterprises scheme is there for the loan of up to rupees 2 crore, and the fee for this coverage will be paid by the government. In case of FPOs, the credit guarantee may be availed from the facility created under FPO promotion scheme of farmers welfare. Then administrative cost of this would be done by the farmers welfare, which will provide management unit support to other units at central and state level. So what is the eligibility of this project? First eligibility is the post harvest management project, and second is the viable projects for building community farming assets. Okay, so the post harvest management projects will cover supply chain services that will include e-marketing platforms, warehouses, silos, pack houses, assaying units, sorting and grading units, cold chains, logistic facilities, primary processing centers, wrapping chambers. And viable projects for the second category will cover organic input production, biostimulant production units, infrastructure for smart and precision agriculture, projects identified for providing supply chain infrastructure for cluster of crops and food clusters. Then projects promoted by central, state or local government or their agencies under public-private partnership for building community farming assets or post-harvest management projects. So these are the eligible projects. Now starting with the next one, that is size of the financing facility and eligible beneficiaries. Who will be? Size is 1 lakh crore and it will be provided by banks and financial institutions as loans. These are primarily loans to primary agriculture credit societies, marketing cooperative societies, farmer producers organizations, self-help groups, farmers, joint liability groups, multi-purpose cooperative societies, agri entrepreneurs, startups, and central state agency or local bodies sponsored or PP projects. Then who have adopted digitization process for handling their operations will be given preference. Furthermore, the participating institutions who will be providing loans to this above mentioned, these are all scheduled commercial banks, scheduled cooperative banks, regional rural banks, small finance banks, non-banking financial companies, National Cooperative Development Corporation. Some information about these institutions has already been given in the earlier videos. The detailed information will be coming soon, which will cover the importance and role of these institutions. These institutions will provide loans to or financing facility to the whoever are needed uh, by signing memorandum of understanding with NABARD, which has already been signed in fact at this point of time. A refinance will be available on need. Upper cap on lending rate will be decided by the agencies. Agriculture infrastructure fund will be managed and monitored through an online MIS platform. Conversions, if possible, of previous or future schemes will be there. Mid-course revisit for evaluation and correction processes will be there. Monitoring at state, center, district level will be done uh, through various committees. Then lending institutions to decide what will be the eligibility criteria for the borrower. 25% of the grant will go to SC/ST entrepreneurs, and then women and other weaker segments will also get prioritized in the scheme of things. So the last part of this video, that is what amount each state will be getting, is the highest amount goes to UP with 12,831 crore. These all are tentative allocations, followed by Rajasthan, then Maharashtra, then Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, and Bengal, West Bengal. Then the southern states will be getting around 6,000 crore for 5,990 crore for Tamil Nadu, 650 crore for Andhra, 4525 crore for Karnataka, 3075 crore for Telangana, and 2520 crore for Kerala. Punjab will be getting 4713 crore, and Bihar will be getting 3980 crore. Then the again the lower amount will be given to about 3900 crore amount will be given to Haryana, 2050 crore for Assam, 2500 crore for Odisha, 1990 crore for Chhattisgarh, 1445 crore for Jharkhand. So in the triple digit amount, the northeastern states are there with Arunachal at 290, Nagaland at 230, Manipur at 200, 196 for Mizoram, 360 for Tripura, and Meghalaya will be getting 190 crore. Jammu and Kashmir combined together will be got along with Ladakh will be getting are allocated 900 crore. Himachal at 925 crore and 785 crore for Uttarakhand. So this is the total amount. The UTs will be getting amount generally in double digit, 110 crore for Goa. So this was the total information about which states will be getting how much amount, any which are the financial partner, which is the target or eligible beneficiaries, and then why this project has been launched, and which projects will be covered under this project. So this was the overall information. Hope you people have liked it. That's all from my side. Thank you.